Imagine waking up one morning and everything seems the same. Your alarm goes off, you stretch, you yawn, and you take that first sip of coffee. The smell is comforting, familiar. You walk to your kitchen, your favorite breakfast is ready. Everything looks normal. Your commute is normal, your office is normal, your tasks are the same as yesterday. Your salary arrives on the same day. Prices in your favorite grocery store are the same. You notice no difference at all. Yet somehow, when you check your bank account, you realize something is off. Not a lot, just a little. A small difference that seems almost invisible. But if you look closer, it's real. It feels like money is quietly slipping through your hands. And no one is talking about it. It's not inflation. It's not your spending habits. It's not your boss. Something subtle has changed in the system. Something tiny, technical, almost invisible. That tiny change is a small adjustment to taxes. A technical update that most people will never notice. It doesn't sound dramatic. It doesn't get headlines. But over time, across millions of people, it quietly moves billions of dollars. It affects your paycheck, your savings, the money you thought was safe, and it happens without you even realizing it. For most people, taxes feel straightforward. You earn money, the government takes a portion, you move on with your life. The simple, predictable routine. But beneath that simplicity lies a complicated web. Taxes are layered, like thin slices stacked on top of each other. Each slice is small, almost invisible on its own. But together, they form a force that slowly shapes your finances, your ability to save, and your quality of life. When a technical update happens, it might just be a few lines in a dense document. A change in a deduction, a subtle adjustment to the way certain income is counted, a minor recalculation of what counts as taxable. On paper, it looks harmless, boring even. As the months go by, the small impacts accumulate. That slightly smaller paycheck reduces your ability to save, which affects your emergency fund. That reduced saving means that you invest less, and compounding is affected. Over years, these tiny differences grow into substantial amounts. What might have seemed trivial in a single month transforms into a significant portion of your potential wealth over time. Yet, you continue your daily routine unaware. You buy your groceries, pay your bills, go to work, and sleep. The system has quietly nudged your finances, and you barely notice. That is the genius and the danger of small technical changes. They operate below the threshold of attention, below the threshold of concern, and yet their cumulative impact is enormous. These small changes are often buried in language that is hard to understand, intentionally or not. Technical jargon, footnotes, references to previous laws and regulations. All of it makes the change difficult to spot. And because most people do not read the fine print, the change passes by silently. It is only when you take a close look, when you pay attention to every detail, that you begin to see the effect. The invisible nature of these changes is what makes them powerful. The rules themselves are not inherently malicious, but the system is designed in such a way that knowledge is power. Those who have the knowledge, the accountants, the legal experts, the corporations, gain an advantage. Those who don't notice lose. Over time, this creates a quiet imbalance. And this imbalance is not theoretical. It has real consequences for real people. The average person might notice that they are saving less, or that their raises feel smaller than they should. They might feel stuck, unable to get ahead despite working hard. And it's not because they are doing something wrong. It's because the rules of the system have shifted slightly, in a way that benefits those with knowledge and resources while subtly read. It's because the rules of the system have shifted slightly, in a way that benefits those with knowledge and resources, while subtly reducing the wealth of those who don't. It's important to understand that this is not a sudden catastrophe. There is no dramatic crisis. There are no screaming alarms. The system looks fine on the surface. That's why it is so effective. Tiny, incremental changes are far more powerful than any single big event because they slip past unnoticed. They are the quiet tax, the silent shift, the invisible rebalancing that moves money from many to a few. Over the course of years, the cumulative effect of these small adjustments can be enormous. By the time people realize the impact, it's often too late to fully recover. A few dollars less each month might seem trivial, but compounded across time and across millions of people, the amount is staggering. Billions of dollars quietly shift hands, and the system continues to operate smoothly, as if nothing has happened. Those who understand these subtle shifts, who read the technical details, who watch for adjustments, can protect themselves. They can plan, save, and invest more effectively. Awareness is the key. Once you notice the small rules, once you understand the tiny changes, you can take steps to minimize their impact. But most people never notice. They continue through life, assuming that the rules are simple and fair, unaware of how small, invisible changes are affecting them.